Hey guys, Jacob Scott, Lowrance product expert. What we're going to do today is show you how to set up your local and global settings on your HDS Gen 3 and carbon units and how you use them while you're on the water fishing. A lot of guys that have trolling motors on the front of their boats, they have transducers on them, so they want to see the temperature of the water at the front of the boat and not at the back of the boat. So one way to keep your unit always looking at the sensor on the front of the boat is to set it to local instead of global. And I'm going to show you how to do that here. So as you can see, we're already on the home screen. If you're not, you would press Pages. Then we're going to go to Settings. And then we're going to go to Network. So now that we're at Network, what we're going to do is we're going to go to our data sources. We're going to go to Sonar. And we're going to go to water temp. Now on this unit, right now you can see it's set to global, but I really want it just to look at the left carbon. That's the unit that's connected to the transducer up front. So I always want it to look at the temperature from that transducer. So I'm going to set it to that, and then I'm going to tell it here in scope, we're going to select local. So now what that's going to do is, instead of looking at all of these other temp sensors, it's only going to look at the temp sensor that I've told it to. So now, no matter what I'm looking at, it's always going to display the temp sensor that's connected to this unit. Now if I look at this unit, we'll go ahead and go to Settings. We'll go to Network, and we're going to go to Data Sources. And then on this one, I'm going to go to Sonar. And as you can see here, my water temp is still set to global. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it on global. I'm going to tell it that I want it to be on the EP80. So now this unit's going to look at the EP80 for its water temp sensor because it's global. It's not just going to look at every unit on the boat, but it's got the option to. I could switch it to whichever one on the boat easily. But I'm telling it globally, we're going to be using the EP80 for every other unit on the boat but this one. So now that I've done that, we'll go back here and we'll look at this one. We're going to go to the data sources. We hit Sonar again. As you can see, on this one, the water temp still says local, even though when we look at it on this side, the water temp here is showing global. So again, this one's just looking at the transducer that's connected to it, no matter what I switch the rest of them to. Because you saw I had to switch this one back to the EP80. It did not change the source for this one because this one is set as local. One of the ways we use this is when I'm on the front of my boat and I'm looking at that water temperature up front. Some of the larger bodies of waters either have creeks that feed into them, or maybe they got some underground springs that are coming up, and you're going to have changes in water temperature there. And that's really a good spot to find fish, is in those changes. So being able to look at it locally on the front unit only, and then also being able to see it globally on your back unit, what that allows you to do is it allows you to figure out exactly where you are. Where does that creek come in? Where does that temperature change happen? Because I want to fish right on those breaks of those temperature changes.